Hey, welcome back, everybody. We have some more Game Dev friends. We have Lexi and Jake from Exodus, the trading card game. I don't know what this is, but your shirts and all this art is so beautiful. Can you explain to me what am I looking at?
Yeah, so this is Exodus, the trading card game. It is a 5-minute tabletop fantasy trading card game. So it's a super fast-paced TCG.
Wait, 5 minute for the whole thing?
To play a game.
Average, yeah.
What?
You can play a game in 5 minutes. That's how fast it is.
Can we do that right now?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. So we've got 2 decks here. You kind of, spread them out. But we'll go ahead and shuffle these together.
Okay.
So I believe you have a deck here.
Yes.
So a deck standard comes with 40 cards on its own, but half of it is all the same. It's 20 blue energy cards, and that's kind of your resource cards or your mana. So you're going to want to separate that, yeah. So I've got purple energy here.
Am I playing against you?
You are playing against me. Yeah.
You're going down.
Oh, snap.
Shuffle those and keep those face down.
Okay, this is my secret stuff. You can't see this otherwise.
Yes. So you're going to shuffle these together. Yeah, and I've got my own cards here. So in the main deck, you're going to see 2 different types of cards. So you're going to see some different creature cards and some different symmetry cards. So the symmetries in the game are basically like the spell cards or the effect cards. But these are different and pretty cool because they have an instant speed effect. So you can play them on any person's turn, any moment in the game. Just slap it down, immediately takes effect. So those are super good.
It's gonna help you win.
Yeah, and then the creatures are just like your monsters that you used to battle and attack with.
Wait, back up. Okay. I'm very excited to play this 5-minute card game, but like, what kind of world are we dealing with? I see like crystals and mushrooms and spikes.
I got this, yeah. So
Take it
we're
away.
on Eventide, a fantastical world about 200 times the size of Earth, and we're known as drifters. So we have the ability to drift, to literally levitate and fly across this newborn planet. And you'll notice there's a recurring theme of portals, these giant swirling whirlpools of color. So everybody travels, that's what the Exodus is. It's from Earth to Eventide.
The departure.
So once on Eventide, you do gain the ability to drift.
Is this just like in your head, or it's a full body experience?
Everything,
Yeah,
yeah.
You're actually going to
world.
another dimension.
I'm a little scared now.
Welcome to the new dimension.
So Eventide has a will of its own, and it requires chaos to actually stay balanced and stable. So that's why we duel, to keep the planet stable.
Oh, so whether or not I win or lose, it's good because it
Pretty
keeps,
much, you're kind of contributing to the planet, you know?
Yes, this magical rainbow world in balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and you can see there's tons of different creature types. There's crystal ice creatures,
That
the
looks
mush folk.
Scary.
Yes, there's mushroom
Certainly.
creatures, tree folk, there's dragons and angels. We're going to see a ton of different creature types.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
That is a shard folk, so nice, big, massive ice behemoth. It's pretty scary. Yeah, these are all shard folk here.
Oh, that person looks like they mean business. Wow.
Oh yeah,
got a
don't want to get in his
bow.
crossfire.
All right, so we have these creature cards,
Creatures, yep, and
then
symmetries.
symmetry cards, and then these are my
Energies.
energy cards.
Yeah, so the energies will always remain separate from the main deck. You just keep these in a separate stack, and I will show you how those work. So, yep, and I will show you the types or the different things you'll see on the card itself. So in the top left corner is just the name of the card. So, you know, the title of the card.
Vortex.
That is Vortex, super good card. And then up here, the stars that you see on the cards are actually just the rarity. So it doesn't really have an effect on the gameplay until you get into the expansions.
And what is the range on rarity?
Yeah, so 1 star would be common, like
Okay.
that one. 2 stars, like this Vortex, is uncommon, and then 3 would be rare.
Oh,
That's it.
cool.
Yeah, so 1, 2, or 3. And then there are certain cards that will affect the rarity of the cards. So it might say like each common creature gains an energy, or it'll do different things based on what rarity it is. So, yeah. So then we'll go ahead and shuffle those up. I think you already got yours.
Yeah, I'm sure. You guys have like fancy card sleeves right
Yeah.
now? I'm feeling them in my hands.
Yes,
right now.
It's
that's
a collectible card game, so
True
you gotta
sign of a
keep
card
them
player
safe.
is
Yes,
the sleeves.
yes,
So,
it's beautiful.
yeah. All right, so once you're all shuffled up, do you have a rule card on you? If not, I'll just speak up.
So to
It's
play
fine.
the game, it's all contained within a starter deck?
A deck, yep. Each
Okay.
person needs a deck to play, and so you've got yours there. So we'll go ahead and put yours side by side, face down. And
Do we have the same deck, or do we have different
we actually have
decks?
different decks, and we are playing custom decks using the cards from the new set that has released this weekend.
What? I'm already
So-
OP level.
Yeah,
There you
pretty
go.
much. I'm starting you
Rule
off at the top. Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
this is the rule card. If you can read that upside down. So we're both going to start with the draw phase.
One, draw face. So
Yep,
I
so
draw a card.
We're both going to draw 3 cards
Oh.
from each deck.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3 from that main deck.
All right.
And you're going to get 3 from the energy deck. So you should have 6 cards
Okay.
total at the start of the game. All right, so for demo's sake, I'm going to go first and just kind of walk you through a turn, show you how this goes. So after the draw phase...
Can I win the turn?
Maybe. We'll see how good you are. So after the draw phase, step 2, the energy phase, those energies that I drew, play them on the field in any way or any order that I like.
And do I want to play my whole hand of energy?
It's good too. I mean, there might be certain times you want to save cards, but generally it's good to try to play out your hand.
So my energy is more common than your energy.
Yeah, you do have the common energy. Yeah. So
yours got more sparkle and
it's true. Yeah, these come from the competitive decks. These are from the base starter decks.
Okay,
so
all right. That's a good comparison.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it hard for me to win.
I know, challenge. So after the energy phase, then, so I could do 3 1s like this. I could stack them and do a 2 and a 1, or do a pile of 3. And however much energy you play on your turn determines how many creatures you're gonna have and how strong they're gonna be. So if I do 1 pile of 3, I could place 1 creature on it that has 3 power on it.
So I could do 3 creatures, but only
they'll all
1
be weaker.
power.
Exactly. You got it. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go for the more is more strategy.
Yeah, that's good. So go ahead and hold on to yours. You're going to play your energy when it's your turn. So I'm going to go through all 5 phases, and then I'm going to pass it to you, and you'll go through all 5 of your phases.
All right.
But yeah, good head start. So I'm going to go with a pile of 3, and then now I go into step 3, my creature phase. So any of those cards that say creature in my hand, I take it and place it on the pile just like that.
And you can only play up to 1 creature because you made a stack.
Exactly. Yeah, so 1 creature per pile. And this guy's pretty strong, but again, I only have 1 of him. So creatures actually don't have any built-in numbers or powers on them. Some of them do have abilities that will trigger at certain points, but their power, their strength, or their health is all based on the energy that you put behind them. So, you know, like you were saying, 1 energy is they're weaker, but you could have more of them. So, yep, I'm going to go with a pile of 3. I can't attack since I'm going first, so I'm going to skip my attack phase number 4, and that end phase, just pass it off to you.
Okay, so I'm going to put down my, like I said, I have the more is more strategy.
That's good, that's good.
And so I actually only have, let's see. Actually, I'm going to do this.
Okay, changing it up.
Because I have 2 creature cards.
That'd be better, yeah.
Right? And so that was the draw phase. The energy phase I put down.
Yep.
And then next is the creature phase. So I have this beautiful angel. Her name is Ethel, the Everlasting Empress. So kawaii. She's like...
the anime princess.
Yeah, she's like anime princess Doctor Strange. And then I also have Mistral Driftwood.
Okay.
A tree folk.
Yeah.
And these are both...
ability creatures,
and rarer.
Yes, those are both super good. So when you play this one, nothing really happens right now, but whenever she's summoned, your life points become the same as your opponent's. But we both start at 10. We're the same right now, so nothing happens there.
I might want to play this when you're in the lead to like...
Yeah, it'll let you jump back up to my life points, yeah.
I get
If you want to hand me a life counter there, I'll keep track of the score.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is this at your booth?
It is, yes. Got our own Exodus life counters.
Oh, 2 different life counters.
Yeah, so we'd start with 10 life points, and of course the goal is to get your
track
opponent
of the
down to
score.
0.
Oh,
I know, so colorful, double-sided.
I love it.
Yeah. So, and then this guy, if you want to read that ability, I know it's kind of long, but it's pretty cool.
This is my tree voice. Evanescent hollow.
Yep.
When this creature is attacked, you may attack pass through and hit your life points directly instead. When this creature attacks, you may have it hit your opponent's life points directly. If it does, destroy this creature and all energy attached after the attack hits.
So basically what it's saying, if you want to attack with that right now, normally you'd have to clear my creature off the field before you can hit my life points. But with this guy, you can just have him bypass my creature, hit my life points directly. But then he's going to blow up at the end of the turn.
It's just a tree.
Chop him down. So it's up to you if you want to attack. You do have that option now. So
because you went first.
Yes.
So, So how many life points do we each have?
As the player, we each have 10.
10 each.
Yeah, and you can only hit those if you clear my creatures off the field, or if you use that guy.
All right, so I will use Mistral Driftwood.
Awesome. Okay, so he's got 1 energy behind him. That means I would take 1 life point of damage. I go from 10 to 9.
Got it.
And he blows up now.
Oh, so also his energy, right?
Yeah, so energy.
That's a discard pile?
So energy will always go back to the top of the energy deck. It'll cycle right back through, and then make a discard pile for your creature.
Got it. Cool.
Perfect. So if you want to attack with Ethel, you can, or you can save her for some defense. You can also play symmetry cards if you have those, or play them on my turn. It's up to you.
Do we clear the table after each turn?
No,
or
it's going to stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to keep building it up.
She's going to hang out there then.
Cool. Good
All
move.
right. And then, so that ends my phase. When do the symmetry cards go into play?
Whenever you want. So you can play them on your turn, my turn, any moment. Just throw it down. It'll happen.
Yeah, they're all instant speed, so you can play them any of the 5 phases, either player's turn.
Well, Jake, you look like you're on my team. So when would I use this card?
Okay, so
You're going down.
Oh,
maybe
snap. Getting double teamed
your
here.
next attack phase, because if she doesn't have creatures, remember you can bypass energy and attack her life points directly, which will get you closer to winning the game.
Nice.
I think I know what card it is.
Okay.
So
It's
right
not
before
like
you
work on
attack.
the game or something. Okay, so we'll be back to your turn.
Yep, so when it's your turn again,
draw again.
I'm going to draw 3 from each deck. So
Okay.
every turn you're going to get 3 from the main deck and 3 cards from the energy deck.
Am I allowed to do that as well, or do I
You'll
have
do it when
to
it's your
wait?
turn, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, but even if you're saving cards in your hand, there's no hand limit, so 3 and 3 every turn. So back to my energy phase. Got to make room here. I'm going to play...
And can you stack more energy onto a creature that's in play?
You can't with the energy that you draw from your hand. I have to use this to start new piles.
got
However,
it.
with symmetry cards, I could totally add more to these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you could make them as big as you want. We've had like 20 energy
Oh,
creatures
wow.
before. It can get pretty insane.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be intimidating. I'm like, oh, I see what's going on here.
I'll keep this one as a 3 for now. No worries.
That's why those symmetry cards are really good, because they'll let you bend all the rules of the game.
I'm going to go with another pile of 3. I'm going to play Clock Dragon. An old
Clock Dragon.
Yeah, steampunk
Can you
guy.
guys see that on camera here? Clock Dragon.
He's an old favorite from the Dragon Starter deck.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Really neat art. Did you guys work on the art?
So we actually hire fantasy artists from all over the world who work on the game.
wow.
This is an amazing artist who did the first 2 starter decks.
Yeah, it kind of has a mix of kind of like maybe some like Eastern and Western inspired fantasy. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, they're from all over the world. And what's
Cool.
cool, a lot of them are premier fantasy artists that are, just coming out of art schools.
Yeah.
So this kind of helps them to start building a portfolio
yeah,
and start
for
getting their
sure.
name out there. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, Roy is one of our fantastic artists from the Philippines.
Oh,
but we also
cool.
work with, we have artists from...
And you put their name on there. That's
Absolutely.
so nice.
Give them
yeah.
credit.
Make sure it's like the same size as the font on the rest of the
Yeah,
card.
not a
Yeah,
microscopic
exactly.
little
Get their name out.
copyright,
Exactly. Like, you don't matter. You got your money, bye.
Yeah, they get a whole corner.
Yeah.
So, but there's over 36 artists now that have worked on the game, and we're
amazing.
releasing a new set every year, so there's always new
Wow.
artists coming in as well. But you can absolutely build a deck with your favorite art if you want to do that.
Oh, yeah, so they kind of all have the same similar style or
Exactly.
Yeah, and to fully answer your question, I have done a few illustrations.
Oh,
There's, I think, 3
cool.
cards I've done now. They're
Yes.
in the binder somewhere. Actually,
Do you have
this is
any
one
of
of
the
them.
Right here.
original art
Yeah.
at the booth?
Oh, like art prints?
Yeah.
We also have the sketch
we have the
cards.
play mats. Yeah,
Oh,
so those have,
yeah.
the full art, and we
That
blend
has
them
the
together.
full- yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then we'll show later, but we have some black and white sketch cards, so you can see what the art looks like before it's finished. And we actually
Actually,
make
those
those
are in
into
here,
cards.
too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Those are in here.
Oh my god.
There you
this
go.
is
You can see.
amazing.
So you can
I'm blown away. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
So actually, this sketch right here is the sketch for this illustration.
There you go.
You can see how it goes from the line art to the full painted art.
Oh, that's so neat. All right, real quick. I know, a little deviating. I'm just so blown
No,
away.
that's good, yeah.
What size is this art made at?
They're
It varies a little bit.
at
but-
least like 1,000, 1,200 pixels, 300 DPI, because high res, and the game is all
Okay.
because we
printed,
do prints
you know,
of them too,
Yeah.
and
traditional
banners,
offset printing, so we
know.
make sure it's high
Cool.
quality, high res.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Ah, wow. Okay. You're still going down.
Oh snap! All right, so I got my Clock Dragon. He's out there. I am able to attack now from
Yeah.
this point out. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have my Clock Dragon attack your Ethel.
What? She
So
was minding her own business.
I know, but gotta do what you gotta do. So Clock Dragon, it is stronger, but yours has 2. So my Clock Dragon is gonna lose 2 energy. So creatures always lose
Oh,
damage at the
also
same time.
lose- Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna lose 2. That goes back to my deck. Yours is destroyed. So
It's the whole thing.
Yeah,
I'll clear
creature
the
goes to the
whole-
discard
that
pile.
energy goes back.
Yep, you got it. So
know-
this is done attacking for the turn. I can't do any more with it until next turn. This one can attack you though.
Okay, but I don't got nothing to attack.
Yes,
Wide
if
open.
you have nothing on your field, then I could attack your life points directly.
No, that's horrible.
Now you could use that Ethel.
Oh.
All right, so that'll knock you
yeah.
down from 10 down to 7.
Wow,
9
that's
to 7.
hard. I could see this is certainly a 5-minute game.
Yeah, yeah.
So on average, 2 points per minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The other cool thing is when you're attacking directly, my creature isn't going to lose any energy or be destroyed since nothing is attacking it back. So life point hits are like a direct hit for you. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is all I can do now. Your
So
turn.
I will draw 3 from each. Come on, give me something good. I gotta invest in more of these custom decks.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, let's see. I have. Oh no! What happens if you draw all symmetry? You're screwed.
Well, that could be really good if you play them all.
Oh, you don't have to play symmetry on a creature.
Oh no, symmetries are kind of their own thing. Yeah, they don't need any
Okay.
energy behind them. You just play them as their own card. So you can play as many as you want whenever you
Some
want.
of them are dependent on a creature, though, it seems.
Some might like specifically affect a creature.
No, they all. All right. She's clearly the champion.
I'll look away.
Here, I guess I can show the chat room too. That they all seem to affect a creature. So, like, take 1 energy from your energy deck and add it to
Sure.
a creature or pile in play.
So, and remember, you're going to draw, you have your 3 energy for the turn.
Yes, I
So
do.
when it says creature or pile, you can just put out piles of energy and then start using those. So you don't necessarily need a creature.
I saw nothing.
Guys, I'm going to learn everything. I'm going to be a champ at this game. It's
You'll get
so
it. Just takes a couple
awesome.
Come to our
hands.
tournament at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Yes, tell me more about your events at Gen Con.
Yeah, today, actually right now, in fact, a booster draft is going on with the new set. And then tomorrow we're doing a tournament, so bring your own custom deck like these, and then compete for champion mats and awesome prizes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you could win a
More
champion mat.
stuff. More stuff. Okay. You know what? So I can play the energy
Any way you like.
like this. You know what? I'm going to go for the more is more.
Awesome.
Because then you at least have to, like, spend more action, like a creature.
Yeah, spreading it out definitely gives you
Spreading it
more
out, yeah.
defense. It's always good.
Show.
So I'm just gonna do it. Select 1 creature on the field and return it to the owner's hand. All energy. Oh, I could play this against you.
Yeah.
I get
really
it
good.
now,
It's
guys.
really
this
good.
one's great. Yeah, it says select 1 creature on the field and return it to the owner's hand. All energy attached to that creature remains in play. Oh,
It's going to bounce a creature back to her hand. Now you can choose any creature.
okay. So I want to go for the more powerful one. This
Yep.
is a rarer card.
Nice.
Yep.
Does that necessarily mean it's a better card?
Well,
And-
I mean, it does have a certain ability, so, and then, you know, it has more
but
energy
when you're
on
playing the game, you mainly want to look at energy. Because remember, this is a game of energy.
Yes,
So-
yes, and it's very fast paced.
Yes.
So if I want to bounce back this creature, the energy's still in play though. I guess, you know what? Let's just go for it. So I'm going to play this
it.
card.
Okay, reversion.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
I'm assuming you're targeting this guy?
Yes,
All
I
right,
am.
so he goes back to my hand. This stays, but without a creature, it's nothing.
Okay. So do I just, this is
Yeah,
Discard
discard
that.
it.
out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think that's, take 1 energy. A lot of these are taking energy from your deck and adding it to a creature or a pile. Okay.
So you could just start building up your energy field, and
Okay.
next turn it'll be
so
really good.
this endowment
Yeah.
is like, oh, it has like
Magic
the god
hands.
rays on it. So I will add more energy to that.
Awesome.
And then there's no point in, like, I think hoarding cards in such a fast-paced game, I'm guessing. So this one says choose an energy from a creature or pile in your opponent's side and have them discard that energy card. Then take 1 energy card from your energy. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say, like, that's too much.
You could do that.
And this is the leech card.
Yeah.
Now you could, but remember, if a creature has no energy left, it's destroyed.
Oh, then
So
I
you-
should, yeah.
It's up to you.
Pro tip, pro tip. I'm gonna win this one, guys. Are you rooting for me in the chat room? Okay, so I'm gonna
So, yeah.
say, go away,
Yep.
energy.
So that's destroyed. The creature has no
then-
energy
Oh,
left.
no,
He's
by
gone.
Clock Dragon.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that.
He's destroyed.
And then take 1 energy from your energy deck. Oh, so let's do this.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Bonus
Yes.
energy.
So
Sweet.
I
All the
played all
symmetries.
these symmetries. This
You
is
played 'em
useful.
all,
This
yeah.
is great. And this is the
There's
end of my
nothing
turn.
but energy left on the field.
Only you had a creature. So
If
close.
you had a creature, this would be
Who knows? I
amazing.
might pull up the heavy hitter soon.
Next turn.
Next turn's going to be
All right,
fantastic.
cool.
All right, so it's my turn. 3 cards from each deck
All right,
again.
draw phase. Number
Yes,
1.
draw phase.
And then number 2, energy phase.
Energy phase, yep.
You got it.
Okay.
I'm learning. You guys are great teachers.
Oh, good.
You know,
It's only
with
like-
all the
yeah.
fantasy art, it was a little intimidating. I'm like, oh no, a
No,
lot of rules.
It's crazy looking, but it's really
Yeah.
simple at its core.
Yeah.
You know.
I really like it. This is, I could imagine just keeping this in your pocket and like waiting for dinner or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so I'm going to start with a Dream Blossom Dragon, bring him back out. And I actually forgot to do the ability the first time, but I'll do it now. So when this creature is summoned, I can discard 1 card from my hand if possible. And if I do, discard 1 energy from my opponent's side of the field. So before that happens, I'm going to discard this Ember Shard Siren.
Sure.
Double
This guy
trigger.
has an ability though too. So his ability is
When
when
it's-
this creature would be discarded from your hand, you may put it into play on an existing blank pile of energy instead. And if I do, destroy 1 energy in play.
Got it.
So I'm going to put him there, bounce 1 of those energies back to the
Yeah, so
energy
just
deck.
energy destroy. Yeah.
Yep. And
Super
then
good.
this energy destroy happens, so take another one off there.
Whoa. Nice
So
play.
the power of dragons. And then
It's okay. It's for the greater good of, what's this world called again?
Eventide.
Eventide. Yeah,
Eventide.
do it for Eventide.
It will be even, you know.
Forgot I had a microphone there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another Dream Blossom Dragon.
Oh,
so
man, you
same
got a lot
thing.
of these.
Yeah, all the dragons. So I'm gonna go ahead and discard.
And I can see from
Get
the
rid of that.
stars that this is the rarest.
Yes.
These are rares.
Version,
So
yeah.
I discarded a card. Let's go ahead and destroy that energy there.
Another energy.
Last one, I promise. For now.
I will remember this.
Oh snap! Ethel's coming back. All right, so I'm able to attack. I'm gonna go ahead and attack first with Ember Shard Siren. So
Okay.
1 energy, and yeah, the energy stays. Remember, I can't
Oh, you
directly hit the
attack.
energy cards, so
Okay.
this is gonna go to your life points.
Nice.
That's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
So attacking for how many life points?
1 plus 2
Down to 4.
plus 3.
No.
Plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Down to 1.
It's
just
curtains
like that.
for me.
Just
Now,
like that.
the cool thing though, in this game, turnarounds happen so much.
Yeah.
We've had so many times where somebody has won at 1 life point.
Sure.
It can totally happen.
Wow.
So, your turn. Let's see what happens.
Okay, this is the draw phase, as I learned from my skilled teachers that want to punish their students. What did I do? All right. Okay. Each player may have a blank pile on their field. Oh, okay. Can you play more than 2 people?
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
So this card
is,
implies, because like,
Each
oh,
player.
yeah, so
can
it
be
says,
multiplayer for sure.
Glimpse of the Sanctuary, each player may have a blank pile on their field, gaining 1 energy. Then you may draw 1 card from your... So this kind of helps everybody.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, right now, for you, if you play that, that's really good because I don't have any blank piles. All of mine have creatures on
Got
them.
it.
But you have 2 there.
So
So,
I could
it's a good-
play 2 of these.
Whoa.
Exactly.
nice.
Right?
Oh, nice.
And then it goes 1 energy
Yep.
for
That's
each,
either one.
uh-huh.
for each one, right?
Yep. And then you get to draw 2 cards from your main deck. So good.
Get those creatures.
The tide may turn just
Yeah, here you
yet.
go.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This is scary.
Oh, snap. She's got some good
Okay.
cards.
Pay 1 energy. This is unsummon.
Oh, snap.
Select,
good card.
pay 1
really good.
energy, select 1 creature from the field, and return it to the owner's hand. All energy attached to the creature is discarded.
Yeah.
Holy moly. All right, so I'll just like pay the 1
Yep.
energy like this. Oop,
Yep.
this.
Yeah, energy deck. There you go.
And then you have 3. so long.
you could do the 1 if you want.
No, don't listen to her.
No, you guys told me. I learned from my teachers. This is an energy game.
True.
Bye-bye.
True. Good
Bye-bye.
choice.
You don't
Good
need 2 of
choice.
those guys.
Yep, that's gone.
All right, okay. So that was amazing.
Served me well. Yeah.
Oh, this is so much fun. And you guys worked on the design too?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So how many cards are in the game?
Several hundred.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like how do you balance all this stuff?
Very little sleep, to be honest.
Yeah, no, we do tons of playtesting.
Yeah.
One major thing is, unlike most trading card games or collectible card games, instead of releasing a new set every 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
we release one new core set a year.
Oh,
So we have a lot more time to balance with
Bless
playtesting.
your hearts. That's a lot of work. Okay, let's see what else goodies I have. Oh. So this one says Crystal Cove. Pay 1
Ooh.
energy, select 1 symmetry in play, like this.
These are actually going to be discarded. You've already used them.
They're
Since
already
you used
discarded.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another Mistral Driftwood.
Uh-huh.
And when this creature is attacked, you may have the attack pass through and hit your life points instead. Hit your life points directly instead. When this creature attacks, you may have it hit your opponent's life points directly. If it does, destroy this creature and all. So I have.
So remember, you want to play your energies first.
Right.
Then you'll do your creatures, and you can discard all these.
And I can't add to these?
Now you can add up to 1 more on this because it's a pile of 2. So you could do 1 more, and then if you want to make it bigger beyond a 3, then you use the symmetry cards like what you had earlier.
Oh, so I think I'm going to start a new pile. So that's
Nice.
3. And then I'm going to, so the next phase is the creature
Creature.
phase.
Yep,
So
you
I'm
got
gonna
it.
put Mistral Driftwood on there.
Awesome.
And then the,
So that card,
I have to keep this.
yeah,
Yeah,
hold
hold
on
on
to
to
it.
it.
If
Hold
I
on
play
to
a
this.
symmetry card and you don't want that effect to happen, you can be like Crystal Cove, and it
Freeze
stops
it.
my symmetry.
Oh, booyah.
Yeah.
All right. And so then I can attack.
So you could attack either of her dragons or have it attack her life points with its
Yeah,
ability.
so if you don't want to have to deal with these, you could just be like, I'm going straight for the
Just
life
keep in
points.
mind, if you attack her life points, it's going to lose all the energy after the attack.
Oh, this is a tough one because I'm hanging by a thread here.
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
much I can do.
I mean,
But-
you don't have to attack. You could just leave it for defense as well.
Yeah, I could leave it. I will leave it. I'm gonna leave
Okay,
it.
All right.
sounds
I'm gonna
good.
leave it.
Go ahead and discard those
Yep.
3 symmetries to
Okay.
the graveyard. Perfect.
All right, back to my turn.
All right.
I've been really into this. Can you see how careful I am about my decisions? If I didn't care, I'd be like,
You
you
can
know,
see the
whatever.
competitive level just
Yeah,
going
I'm
up
just
by
like-
the minute.
I really want to win.
You're already a pro.
You know how you
Stakes are
play,
high.
and I'm sure in the chat room you guys have had this feeling before, where you've played a new game and you're like, oh, I want to get good at this, and I'm already feeling that tendency.
Nice. Got a lot of cards there.
I know.
I may have stalled my defeat. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm going to keep it a little simple, so we're just going to go with another Dream Blossom Dragon.
I hate those things.
MVP of this deck right now. So I'm going to discard, let's discard this one, and then I'm going to send 1 energy off of your tree folk there. Just 1.
I don't have to be happy about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and it's a 2 energy now. So
Okay.
I'm going to have my 2 energy dragon
F.
attack it. So if you want, it's probably not the best decision, but you could have the attack pass through to your life points, but that could kill you. Or you could have it hit the creature.
Protect
So
you.
that's kind of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this, right?
So both creatures are destroyed. And with that, I will use my remaining creatures to attack the life points directly.
Oh, direct attack.
No,
That's
it.
game.
That's the end.
All right.
Oh
That
my
is it.
gosh. Thank you so much for teaching
Yeah,
me
my
this
pleasure.
and sharing your art. This is so amazing, so pretty. So, okay, now let's elaborate. What is
Yeah.
all this
Definitely.
stuff?
We brought a ton of stuff with us, so.
So I guess we'll just start from what are the cards, the sets
Base
that are
set,
available? Well, we have base set.
Okay, if I want to start.
Yeah.
Total noob.
Yep.
If I want to start, what do I pick up?
Perfect. So that would be the base set or set 1,
Okay.
Birth of Creation. It's basically 2 different starter decks, dragons and angels. They're ready to play right out of the box. Each player just needs a deck to play.
Oh, nice.
It comes with,
Is
energy,
there
everything.
a personality to either deck?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dragons by nature, even with the cards, they're a little more aggressive.
Yeah,
they
I noticed.
Yeah, you saw. They're kind of about,
Yeah.
destroying opponent's energy like
Sure.
what I did.
Yeah.
And then angels are a little more on the
Like
buffing
buffing?
side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
So they're,
Defensive.
So they're really balanced
building up.
playstyle wise.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it was all for Eventide, guys.
That's
All for
right.
Eventide, yeah.
So set 1 is Dragon and Angels. Again, what's really cool is Another thing that we like to do different, there's no reprints from set to set. So you can't find any of the cards in the starter decks in booster packs or vice versa.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, you know, all the cards that you buy, they'll never be obsolete. You can play with them. They'll always be competitive. Set 2 is a booster set. So we have Galaxy Tides. It's about a 60-card booster expansion. Again, all new cards, no reprints. It has support for new dragons, angels. There's even a cross-forged dragon and angel together, which is pretty cool.
So pretty.
All kinds of things. There's machines, leviathans, like living chips. There's a new exclusive to that set is a spin-off of Angels called Order. So in the storyline, just real briefly, they're basically some of the angels betrayed that guild. They left and they forged their own angels in the likeness of their old guild. So these are basically
separatists.
Yeah, they wield blades and all kinds of weapons, and they actually have deer antlers, but they still have angel wings.
So they're like nature angels.
They're very orderly. Let's just say that. So then we have set 3 over there, which is Crystal Forge. So that's another set of 2 decks. These are competitive decks. So they're actually, assuming you already know how to play the game, these are offering all new cards. It's Tree Folk and Mush Folk versus Ice Creatures. Yeah. Mush Folk, absolutely. So it's really cool.
Do they get mushy?
They do, yes. They get very mushy.
That was so bad.
You're a pretty fun guy.
They're, no, Tree Folk are all about revealing cards, like flipping over cards from the top of your deck to trigger abilities, and they let you manipulate the game. Shard Folk are all about freezing cards, because they're cold, right? So that you can turn cards face down and lock them. So that's kind of the mechanics that fit in with those guilds. And then set 4 is brand new.
This is actually just releasing this weekend at Gen Con. So brand new set, new booster.
Tell me all about
set
it, please.
4. So would you like to open that?
Definitely.
So this is, like you said, none of the cards in the game, or none of the sets have reprints.
Yes.
So 100% new set here. And it's the biggest set yet. So it's about an 80 card set plus 8 secret rares.
So what is the breakdown between like creatures and symmetry and whatnot?
Like the ratios?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the rare category, there are
31 rares.
31 rares.
Oh, wow.
And that's a
That's
mix
quite
of creatures
generous.
and a mix of creatures and symmetries.
And the really cool thing about the booster boxes, by the way, packs are MSRP like $3.50. So it's less than your average booster pack. You guaranteed get a shiny foil card in every pack. The cool thing about the booster boxes too is really affordable entry point, only $42 for a booster box, and you get 2 bonus foil box toppers that you wouldn't normally get. So you'll get that secret rare that's not found in packs.
Yeah,
and a random
this
foil.
box topper can actually only be found as a box topper in a sealed box.
Got it,
so she's kind of exclusive to that.
Yeah, so the new set has so many cool things. New Tree Folk, Shard Folk, of course, dragons, angels, some Mush Folk as well. And then we're sneak previewing in the booster the next 2 major creature types that are going to trickle into the game. That's going to be machines and a new kind of smoky creature called Chrono. They manipulate time.
Cool.
Yeah, kind of dimensional space matter creatures.
They don't look like they care about Eventide.
No, they
No,
really
they actually
don't.
don't. That's a spot on with the story.
So yeah, 5 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, and 12 boxes per case for those who go a case.
So how much is it like if I just want to start? Like I'm an angel. I'm not mean like Dragon, no, just a different play style. Like how much would it be just to start?
Yeah, for one of those decks, if you just wanted to pick up the angel deck, $20.
Ah, nice. I think that's like really, wow. I was so impressed at how fast I could get into the gameplay.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I understand what's going on. Some games it just takes like so long to figure
it
out.
does, and that was a big thing when we were designing the game. We were like, because we grew up playing all these other card games, board games, you name it. And we're like, we don't want to have a game that takes hours just to learn, and then another couple hours to play. Like, we need a card game that is just like, yeah, exactly. So like, we need a fast but fun, competitive game.
Something that grows with you as the player, as we like to say. So another really cool thing, by the way, we actually, this is our company, by the way, Existence Games. So you can see our logo with like the dragon claw around it.
Do you guys have other games, or is this your big?
This is it for now, yeah.
It's our
Because we
flagship
just keep
game.
adding expansions.
And where are you guys based out of?
Central Valley, California.
Yay!
Yeah.
West Coast, guys.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, we definitely do the convention circuit. This is our third Gen Con, so we're
Oh,
so excited to be back.
Congratulations!
Thank
you.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
It's a blast, yeah.
I know that journey. So,
Yes.
real quick, just wow, this is so incredible. Just tell me about like your community. It sounds like you have people. I mean, you have a tournament here at Gen Con. Like, what kind of players have you attracted? What has that been like? Have you developed new features from player feedback? That kind of thing.
Yeah, great questions. Oh my gosh. To start off, the player base is actually really wide range with Exodus. It comes everything from 6 and 7-year-old kids to adults and seniors and every age in between. So it really is a wide player base and even ranging in experience too. So we've got the hardcore card gamers, people who've never played a game before, every experience level in between. So it's something anybody can really jump into and find their place in.
And is it mostly like in the U.S.? Like I have no idea. Like where would I get these games? If I'm not at Gen Con.
Yeah, absolutely check with your local game store first.
Cool.
We distribute directly to game stores in the US.
Nice.
And we also just picked up a distributor in Singapore, so the game's launching in Singapore.
Yay, congratulations. Wait, does that mean you have to localize all the cards?
It's still the English version.
Yeah,
English
that's right,
over there.
because they use English.
As well as in the UK. We have a growing community of players in the UK. We just had our first World Championship literally a couple weeks ago. And
right before
it
Gen
was
Con.
the top 14 qualified players from around the world who played this last year, and they had been playing every week at their local game store, and they had they were the highest ranked in the world.
Oh my God.
So we invited them to California for the championship, and one even made it from the UK, which was awesome. And we have our first world champion, and it's a girl.
That's
I think
so
first
cool.
ever in TCG
First
history.
TCG champion, and for Exodus is a girl,
world
yeah.
champion.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. So like, what are you going when you win this kind of stuff? I know
Oh my
you
gosh,
said these were rough.
We go absolutely crazy on prize
We
pool.
like to spoil
we
players.
love to spoil people and be generous. So everybody at Worlds got a specific World 2018 playmat,
Neat. Yeah.
full artwork. They got
Promo
top 8 got
cards.
the binders.
Binders.
And then top 4 got trophies with artist signed cards and exclusive cards that you can't normally get. And then as well as first place got get yourself illustrated as a drifter in the game and turned into a card.
Neat. That is so cool.
Yeah, so I can actually show.
So the winner, do you have the card?
So from the
yes,
first
right
Booster
here.
Draft Championship, this was our first place winner, a guy named Carter, and so he got this himself illustrated as a drifter, and so now he is
That
Carter,
is an actual player.
the card.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Talk about developers, listening to the community. That's amazing. That is really, really
So pretty
cool,
soon
guys.
we'll have another one with this year's champion, and then second place got Design Your Dream Card, so they get to help make the mechanics of a card.
Oh, nice.
And then third place got written into the storyline.
Oh, okay. I have questions about this story because you've told me about Eventide and Mush Folk and really cool icy people. So like, do you have like novels or a show?
So
That's definitely in the pipipeline.
Sure.
We definitely want to
Yeah.
have a show eventually, but for now,
right now, our storyline is in 2 places. It's for free to read on our website, and then we print the added extended chapters in our official magazine. So there's whole storyline sections. You can see it starts there. And then you got several pages of storyline here.
Oh, that is
This is kind of a way to physically read the print of the lore. And then, like I said, it's for free on our website. But definitely down the line, we would love to see like an anime of this or like a comic, different forms of it.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have shown me so much. Let's back it up. Like
there's a
before,
lot to see.
it was like all this beautiful art and like gajillions of cards and expansions and world championships. Like when did this start and like what did it look like back then?
Oh man. So we started back when, I was 12, still in junior high.
We designed the game in 2011, and it
Wait.
took us about a year.
So you guys have just been like, let's make this card game where kids.
Pretty much,
Pretty much, yeah.
So
17
literally,
and
like
12.
all the cards you see, they were originally designed on 3x5 index cards. Literally rewriting them at the kitchen table, just like kids, and
That's
then.
gonna make me cry. I'm so inspired.
Yeah. So from there, our family gave us, they gave us the green light. They said, "Go for it, follow your dreams. If this is what we want to do, go for it." And we're like, "Okay, thanks, parents.
And
Let's go for it."
For me personally, fun little tidbit. Like instead of like when I was in high school, all right, I did my last 2 years of high school. I was an A+ student,
Sure.
but I still wanted to work on game design because we grew up playing different games, and I followed all the different game companies, seeing what they did right, what they did wrong, and instead of like partying, I was always like doing R&D, researching, you know. So it was like, it wasn't just an overnight thing. It was definitely years of hard work, journals, like taking notes.
We just had journals, stacks of all of our design info and, you know, research.
You know, so when we decided to finally, this was what we were going to do, we designed it, took about a year, obviously made prototypes, got feedback from our local community. We printed like 100 copies of our game, went down to our local Hobbytown, USA, and we were there every Friday night giving out demos, teaching people how to play. And the manager was like, wow, if people want to buy it, we'll sell it. He's like, I thought when you guys called me on the phone, you're some big company, and like you guys come in here, we're like,
it's
no.
like two siblings.
We were just so thankful for the opportunity, and
that's where we grew our first player base, really.
Wow.
And it got to the point where they were restocking every week, and we sold out of the original set of the game.
Amazing. And how was the gameplay? Did you always have these phases, or did it evolve?
Yeah, the basic gameplay has pretty much always remained the same. We kind of just add new mechanics as the game evolves. So like, you know, he was saying the reveal mechanic and the freeze mechanic, that has gotten added.
Yes.
You know, the base rules of the game have pretty much stayed the same.
5 phases.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So how did you go from like 12-year-olds with like spiral notebooks and stuff like that, you know, shopping your game still who manufactured this? Like, how did you get it into other stores across the country? And like, how did you get people to play it in the UK? Like, that's just blows my mind.
It's been a crazy long journey. I mean, we started with like a small, what is it, on-demand printer?
Print on demand.
Print on demand, so you know we were able to do
market.
the smaller quantities for sure, and just do our soft launch phase and our test runs. You know, as we started selling out of those initial print runs, we're like, okay, we're doing conventions, we're doing online advertising, we got to start going bigger. And plus, you know, we had our first booster set coming out, so we're like, okay, so we switched to a bigger printer, and we were able to do, you know, the bigger quantities, fulfill those orders.
The game is all printed in the U.S., by the way.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, you know, we've just been doing lots of conventions. We did several years of just like almost every single weekend it was a new convention, you know, and then just tons of online advertising and, you know, pushing it and contacting people. And, you know, just year by year, we're growing it as much as we can. And third year at Gen Con now, set 4.
Yeah.
So we're getting there, yeah.
So how many years has this game like been out from your first like, I sold my first deck to like today?
Yeah.
Definitely. We actually talk about that in the magazines. So these are cool because you can pick up a magazine, and we're a very transparent company. You can see a timeline.
Yeah, we talk about like our backstory.
And we actually, for those who are interested in the collectible market especially, you can see when we sold out of certain print runs, and you know, what set we released what year, if there was a first edition, a second edition, and so forth. And yeah, you can definitely see our soft launch phase was 2012 to 2014.
Okay.
That's when we went
long
to
journey.
Gamma Trade Show. We got distributors at that time.
2014 was like when the game officially
and we did the
out
full
there,
launch at that point. So
do you guys do this full time?
yes.
Yep. This is
a
it.
dream. Like, congratulations. All right. I have a question. What are some of your favorite symmetry and creature, and there are different types of energy too?
Yeah, there's
like,
currently.
What are your favorite cards?
Oh man, we're gonna need a
Tell me
binder
your
for
power
this.
deck.
Oh, I have so many favorites. You know, as the game creators, there's so many that we just love, and there's stories behind every card. You know,
well,
as far
tell me,
as
like just a funny story behind a deck or a card.
Behind a deck. I mean,
okay, you want to do the cheesy one with Alana?
the Atlanta deck.
That's pretty funny when we
Okay,
were
go for
designing.
it.
So the cover character of Galaxy Tides, Alana the Star Formation.
Sure.
This bright blue angel made of
Oh,
stars.
that.
and
Oh gosh,
nebula.
this is what you're doing. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So this is really funny. Basically, when we were designing this set, we knew the cover character was going to be this, you know, skyline-sized angel. And well, it's funny because we were always working on the game, and me personally, I was always so busy. People were like, "Well, Jake, when do you have time? Like, are you dating anybody?" And I said,
"This is my girlfriend."
This is, yeah.
And so I literally said, "Well, actually, I did meet someone." They go, "Oh, really? What's she like?" I said, "She's as beautiful as an angel." They said, "Oh, what's she like? What else?" I said, "She has stars in her eyes." I said, "What's her name?"
What's
I
her
said,
name?
"Alana."
So when do I get to meet her?
When do I get to meet her? I said, "When Galaxy Tides comes out."
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But no, we have really funny spoof playtest names for everything. Everything's code named.
Yeah.
So we'd
because,
like to get the community involved with playtesting, so it doesn't spoil names, but there's a lot of inside jokes with the spoof names.
So the new deck that you just premiered at Gen Con, that
Right here.
The new
one.
booster.
What was
Yes.
that in your? What was the code name for that?
I don't know if we actually codenamed the
Sure.
set name, but like each card in the set had, you
Had
know,
its
a
own-
code name.
Or
so
like the toppers for this
yeah.
set.
Let me see if I can find some. I know like this guy,
Pumpy.
yeah, that was Pumpy because when he gets to 5 energy, then he flips over and has a new effect. But you got to go into 5 first. It's like you're pumping energy into him. So he was Pumpy. And then
And
there
we-
was
we-
like
yeah.
Chains Be Gone because there's a Chains card. So it's like Chains Be Gone if you
Chains Be
negate
Gone.
it.
You could just
really
like,
ridiculous names.
use those names. I think people would be down. You
I think
don't
people
have
would too.
to- Yeah.
We're like, let's make it still kind of serious. People make their own jokes with it, so it's like, okay. Yeah. My favorite card, though, gosh, like I have
That's tough.
different ones from different sets. I think from Galaxy Tides, the first booster expansion, my favorite will probably always be, if I can find it here, Drangel. So this is the
cool.
first half dragon, half angel in the game. So it's the feathered
Had a
dragon.
love child.
Kinda. Yeah, that'd probably be my favorite from Galaxy Tides.
Yeah, I have to say I really like this one here, Cosmic Shield Archangel. She has like floating rings that are like blades floating around her.
Yeah.
And she's an order creature, so that's really cool.
And for the Drangel fans, I know there's a lot of people who really like that. There is now, in the new set that we released, there's the Baby Drangel.
Baby Drangel.
Oh,
Just
I
the
told
cute
you
little
they
baby.
had a love
Yeah.
child.
But it sounds really cool. Drangelic
Yeah.
Outcross.
Yeah, everybody calls it Baby Drangel.
Aw, it is Baby Drangel. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so cute. What is this little deer?
That's
it's a
Dimensional Doe. A lot of people
So
really
it's
like that
leaping
one.
through a portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
So
got
typically,
it.
like in the lore, just like the Drifter characters will go through these portals, but now creatures are going through portals as well.
Oh,
So.
amazing. So this is clearly a passion project. You guys are so passionate. Love to meet people who are like, I love making things, and you made such an amazing, it's like fun. It's got all the, guys, check it out for sure. Actually, where can we like learn more about
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah, so we've got our official website.
Okay.
I don't know if you can read it on this, but exodus-cards.com is our official website, and then we've got all of our social media. So we're on Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We're on all those pages, and so on our YouTube, we actually release gameplay videos. So it's us as the creators
cool.
playing with our custom decks. You can kind of see what those fast-paced games are like with all these new
nice.
cards. So we'll be releasing more of those as well soon.
Yep, and all of our social media is Exodus Card Game, so super easy to find us.
Cool.
We have a second website for organized play. That's exodus-players.com.
Oh, okay.
So it's free to register on there. Again, if it's not at your local game store yet, just ask them to carry it. They can get it directly from us. And we love to, provide stores with prize support, help build a community in your local area. Yeah, so, and we're always accessible. We're very
Sure.
easy to reach out
Yeah.
to.
So, kids, you built like your dream to me. Like, but what? I'm sure you have like things on the horizon. Like, what do you want next for Exodus?
Oh, man.
Well, we could start with this.
We actually haven't revealed this yet, yeah.
Right, so what is this? So we mentioned that this year the new set is Converging Chasms, right? So with this booster set, it's like Galaxy Tides. You get tons of good stuff, all new cards. But what if you want to buy a case, or maybe you want to split a case with your friend?
Oh, that makes sense.
We have a case topper. So,
So you saw the box toppers with these,
Yes.
but if you get a whole case,
Whole
there is a
case.
case topper.
and what is this? So there's a new rarity called Harmony Rare, and you get a giant metal
That's so
card.
cool.
There's
There's
actually two of them in there.
There's normally only one in there, but we packed 2 in here.
So it's a giant
Oh
double-sided
my
metal
gosh.
So
card.
it is literally metal in shape of a card.
It is made of metal.
Guys,
That's right.
you are my kind of nerd. Like, I love this. This is so cool.
So, like we said, we're all about innovation.
Yes.
And with a card game, we are always thinking, how can we innovate and make this, more interesting, more unique, more fun?
just put it on brushed metal.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like you can see the metal is almost foil, so you can see parts of the artwork shine through. Now, what this is remember we mentioned the game takes place on Eventide. So
Yes.
we created a new card type, the Eventide Field. So it literally represents the battlefield that we're drifting
So
over.
they're like setting cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they have a continuous effect that happens every turn and helps both of us throughout the game. So once this starts out in the middle of the table and you start the game there, and it's going to help both players throughout the game. If you meet the conditions on the card, either player once per game can awaken the field. They can literally awaken the planet into a giant creature. the size
scary looking.
of the horizon.
So you can kind of see like this forest that was rooted into the ground, literally just
Yeah.
like uprooted itself and turned into a giant living
Oh my
floating
gosh.
island.
It's
That's so
Eventide
neat.
awakened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
And so this becomes a creature on your side of the field with its own ability on it. And so
Yeah.
each of the Harmony Rares, it has a different effect, you know, different continuous effect, different creature. So this is the Shard Folk one.
Yeah, and there's 3
Nice.
different Harmony Rares, so these are 2 of the 3. One of them is
Yeah.
a secret still.
The other one's
but-
still a mystery.
So I have a quick question
Yeah.
for you guys. What a long question. So you guys obviously are into building a very rich world, narratively and visually. How do you pair a game mechanic or feature into something that like makes sense with the narrative or the visual that you're trying to build?
It's a good question.
Definitely, and it's something that I feel like comes naturally with
Sure.
the way we've designed it. You know, the creatures don't have any pre-built-in numbers.
Right.
So it's a game of energy where you as the player can play more skillfully, and
Sure.
you know, it's not of who has the strongest card. It's you're constantly trying to outdo each other. So it's always anybody's game. That leaves a whole lot of room from a mechanics or game design standpoint to say, well, we can introduce an infinite amount of mechanics without making old cards
Yes.
underpowered or obsolete. And that's something we haven't really seen before in the TCG market. So with something like this, you know, how do we represent cold ice, like covering the planet when you're battling? Well, that's where the freeze mechanic comes into play. So this has the ability everlasting frozen planet. When this card is flipped to the creature side, permanently freeze all other cards in play.
Oh, cool.
And that's a keyword that all the cards will be flipped face down, and it's almost like they're just encrusted in ice.
Ah, nice.
So we think that way with mechanics. How can we tie that in with the theme? And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I love
really
that
is.
the language is also really visual. So, do you start in the development of a card with the art or the narrative first, and then the mechanic, or vice versa, or a little?
It's been
both?
some of both.
been both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of varies. There'll be some where we're like, okay, we got this concept, this visual for, you know, this giant tree folk island creature, and then kind of come up with the effect to go with it, or vice versa. Kind of goes both ways.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to point something out about the Harmony Rares too, is I know some of you TCG players will already be asking, I'm sure, well, that's not fair. What if I can't afford a case?
Sure.
Well, we've thought of that too, and again, it helps both players throughout the
Right.
game, no matter who owns the card, and it's made of metal, so you don't have to
Right.
worry about your opponent damaging it.
But these are more setting cards, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's cool because you can each bring a different Harmony Rare
Sure.
to the table, and you know,
can
whoever loses the dice roll actually chooses which one. So, you know,
Okay.
yeah.
Real quick, I've asked all the developers today so far. You guys are so inspirational.
Oh.
What if they're like, what if there's a 12-year-old in the chat room? They're like, I want to do that. Like, what advice do you have for them, real quick, about 5 minutes?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, where do we begin on that? Oh, there's so many little things, but I mean, it's just a matter of persistence and hard work, really. I know that's kind of a cliche, typical answer,
Get back to work, kids.
it really does come down to just persistence and hard work and a lot of patience. I think a big thing too is tons of research, because we,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, we did all the research ourselves, digging and finding the answers we need, the printing companies we need, the artists.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a lot.
you just kind of got to do it yourself. That's what being a game maker
Sure.
is all about.
Well, yeah, and like we're a small company right now, publisher. It's just 2 of us, but
Right.
we do have plans to grow, you know, and to as the game scales and the community grows, of course. So it's more of like take it one step at a time. Make sure you keep track of everything,
Yeah.
because it's really easy to overlook something. If it's your own, you know, if it's not an existing property, make sure you
Exactly.
protect your IP,
Yes.
all of that.
Get all the legal stuff covered
Make
Yeah.
sure
first.
you learn that or have somebody that knows how to do that. Of course, you know, contracts, agreements, make sure you have all those in place. You know, go to the trade shows, talk to people in the industry.
Yeah.
It's such
Do
a
you guys
great
have,
industry.
Like, mentors or?
Yeah,
some
there's
people-
definitely,
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to Marcelo. You know, he definitely showed us the ropes of distribution and different things like that. And the hobby industry is so great. It's relatively small, you know, compared to
It
most
can be a little
industries.
intimidating at first, but once you get into it, it really is a friendly community, because
Right.
it's games. You know, people are
Yes.
here to have fun, so it's
Yeah.
not as intimidating and kind of scary as it might seem at first.
Sure.
But it's just a matter of kind of getting into
And one
it.
thing he told me was that there are 2 types of people in the hobby industry. There are those that are here just to make money, and those that are here to just make a game that they love and have
Sure.
fun. And he's one of those people that it kind of has the best of both.
Yeah.
And so that's ultimately the goal that we want to be as a game company. And of course, listen to players' feedback, and it's a community. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, I'm so on with everything. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you want to like tell the interwebs now that you have their attention?
Oh man, I mean, I think the other thing along the lines of, like any advice for people, I mean, there's definitely times when it's really stressful and really hard. We've got tons of days like that, but then, there's the really great days too, especially when you're at Gen Con and just on top of the world. So it's a balance of both. I mean, there's times when it's overwhelming and it kind of sucks, but overall it balances out, and it's just a matter of
it.
Sure.
It is. So you just got to keep plugging away and keep going at it. And
I mean, like, what swag are you giving away? Like, why should you get the game?
Any of our events you come to, you get a free promo card.
Oh, cool.
Promo
come by
cards.
our booth if you catch us at a con. If you win a 5-minute demo, you also get a sketch card.
Ah, nice.
So,
cool.
lots
Amazing.
of cool stuff.
Oh, man, I'm just going to, like, just flip through
Yeah,
this
go for
real
it, yeah.
I'm like, how many cards do you guys say you have again?
There's over 300 currently.
All right.
But that's between 4 sets.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the sets themselves are pretty small, but when you combine them all.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and I want to say too, there's no ban list or rotation. So for anyone who's looking to get into it, you're like, well, one set a year, how's that going to work? Well, remember, it's all new cards, and then nothing from previous sets will go out of, they won't be cycled out.
They're autographed.
Yes, artist
Yes, those are autographed.
Nice.
So yeah, you can win artist signed cards.
The
at
champion
tournaments.
playmats.
I thought that was like, well, this is my personal collection.
There is a promo card that's already, we've seen sell 2 of them on the secondary market for $1,000 a piece. So again, it's a collectible game. If some people who like to collect the cards, we definitely encourage you to get in on it, because the game's still very young. And the game is available on TCG Player, so check it out. If you guys want to get singles, check out TCG Player.
Do you have any idea like how many active players you have? I know it's not like having analytics for a digital game, but or like how many copies you've sold or that kind of thing.
It's a little hard to track, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's thousands of players.
Spread out throughout the U.S.
out,
and
then,
Singapore and UK.
Of course, it's really popular on the West Coast where we're from because we do a lot of events there. But that's one of our main goals as a company this year is to really grow player base across where there isn't necessarily a community started yet.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Well, I mean,
so if you guys want to start a community, we have demo decks available.
Yeah.
Take it to your local game store. We're here to help.
Do you have like, I want to be like, what would like a community
Emissary.
leader?
Yeah,
Oh,
like a representative.
Exodus emissary.
So like, I'm actually very tempted. If I signed up for that, like, how would I do that, and what would I get? And
So we have like a full application on our website to sign up to be an emissary, and we personally go through all of those. And then, if we like what we see, then we'll do like a Skype interview and kind of get to meet you.
Oh wow, that's like serious.
Yeah, and then emissary is the main perk with them is they get our monthly promo cards a whole month early, so they get to show them off to people, play with them, and be like, hey, next month in the tournaments, this is what you could get. So join now. And then we supply them with demo materials to take it to their game shops or their local gaming groups and kind of show it off and be our representative. So
And especially those that are really, we see they're actively playing, especially in the organized play at their local game store. If you get the invite to Worlds, we'll ask you to play test. Help us out.
Cool.
You can affect the storyline for this game. Like the decks that players play in tournaments actually make a difference in what the future story for the game is.
Yeah,
So.
and I want to hear more about this story. That would be a book I would read about these folk and
awesome.
stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
How are we doing? We're good. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
This
for
has
having
been
us.
really
And
fun.
don't go away.